Welcome to this new episode of Cloud News. I want to talk with you about the newest features and releases which happened during this month. There are some interesting ones, so bear with me. And then we're going to have a look at our special focus topic, which is Azure Eventgrid support on IoT Edge. A lot happened this month in Azure. One thing that just caught my eye is that Azure Sphere is now generally available. You may remember that we've been talking about Azure Sphere in the last episode of Cloud News. Another interesting thing is that BMW and Microsoft have started the Open Manufacturing Platform Initiative, an initiative targeted at industrial manufacturing, which is intended to tear down data silos in the manufacturing process by creating common data schemas and communication functionalities. It is based on Azure and OPC UA, that's the OPC Unified Architecture, an already existing industrial communication as well as data exchange standard, and also the current efforts are based on Azure. It is planned to extend the initiative's efforts also to other cloud vendors to make it a real cross-cloud effort. It is interesting to know that just recently Anheuser-Busch InBev, the world's largest brewing company, Bosch, a large German device manufacturer, and ZF Friedrichshafen, who is an automotive supplier, just joined the program. This is all quite interesting, so we will have an eye on it to see what's happening there. Microsoft also made a new tool for app services generally available. It's called Eps Service Configuration. As you might derive from the name, it helps you with the configuration of app services instances across several environments. And this really helps you out if you're doing professional development and you have a development stage, a testing stage, and then the production stage to handle and keep the configuration data up to date. As we're talking about app services, it's also interesting to note that Azure API Management now provides an extension for app services, which helps you to expose APIs implemented on app services via API Management more easily. And this is absolutely great because you not always need a Service Fabric cluster or Kubernetes cluster to implement an API. App services provide a simple, fast, robust, and also scalable way to implement APIs as well. There are also news looking at IoT Hub. There's a feature called device streaming, which especially helps you out if you have legacy devices sitting in a company network, for example, which need to talk to services living in another network, be it on-premise or in the cloud, which are separated by a firewall. And if they, for example, using special ports in the TCP protocol, you normally are not able to do this. Azure IoT Hub device streaming is now able to help you out by acting as an application proxy in the cloud, which enables a secure tunnel from the device to the service where you're able to run their special protocols over. And this functionality is especially suited for brownfield scenarios where you want to connect existing devices securely to services offered somewhere else. Therefore, if you have similar scenarios, it's certainly worth to have a look at that. These were the current news in Azure IoT. Of course, a little bit from my perspective, which is more focused on Azure IoT and IoT devices. Please find the related links to the news on the Cloud Campus blog post page. I think I made it easy for you. You just need to click to get to the resources. So let's have a look at our focus topic, which today is Eventgrid on the Edge. What is this about? Well, it's about Eventgrid support in IoT Edge, especially in IoT Edge Preview 2. If you're new to Eventgrid, it's the global Azure messaging infrastructure, kind of a global message bus in Azure, where a lot of services publish events to it and also a lot of services are subscribing. You can also use it for your own events and create your own custom topics, for example. So it's very flexible and globally available in Azure, which is pretty cool. The new thing about Eventgrid support in IoT Edge is that the Eventgrid runtime, so to say, is not running on cloud in this case, but it's running on the IoT Edge device. The supported environments are Windows 64-bit, Linux 64-bit, as well as ARM 32-bit. Normal event sources are, for example, Azure Blob Storage on IoT Edge. Any sources that use the Cloud Events format. That's a new event specification you can find at cloudevents.io, which is an organization that wants to unify event descriptions in the cloud. And Microsoft is also one of the partners doing that. And last but not least, you can have custom modules and containers also issuing events via HTTP post, which makes it pretty ubiquitous available because HTTP post is the common language of IoT devices. Event handlers can be, for example, other modules, including the Edge IoT Hub, functions, custom modules on the device, other Edge devices. So you could publish and subscribe events from and to other devices. Webhooks, Azure Eventgrid cloud services. So we're able to push our events also into the cloud. Event hubs, service bus queues, service bus topics, as well as storage queues, which gives you more or less access to the complete palette of messaging infrastructure in Azure. How does it look like? Well, on the right-hand side, we have Azure living in the internet. We've got the Edge with our Edge device, which means that the border between the public network, the internet, and a company's network or a manufacturing network where devices do not have direct access to the internet. And an Edge device normally is the bridge between those worlds. We have Azure Eventgrid running locally on the Edge device. And now our IoT devices, for example, would be able to publish and subscribe events into this locally running infrastructure module. In addition to that, the modules running on the Edge device will also be able to leverage this messaging infrastructure. This gives you the ability to exchange messages across containers and modules in an easy and defined way. As already mentioned, this also works with other Edge devices. And of course, we're able to talk to the cloud. For example, to the Eventgrid service in the cloud, the global infrastructure service, which is able to route your messages or events anywhere. And of course, we also have access to other Azure services, for example, the service bus namespaces with their service bus queues and service bus topics. And if we have a combined look on Azure Eventgrid on Edge devices, we can see that it's a very powerful central messaging component which we are able to leverage in a lot of use cases in different scenarios. If you're using any event-driven architectures in your IoT solution, Azure Eventgrid on IoT Edge is absolutely able to act as a central messaging component in this architecture. That's it for today. I hope you liked it. If there are any questions, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I hope you stay tuned for the next episode of Cloud News here on Wechsler Consulting Cloud Campus. Thanks and goodbye.